नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम अविनाश गोरक्षकर है और आप सभी का हमारे प्रोग्राम कोनेक्सियो हाईफ्लायर्स में स्वागत है। दोस्तों, आज हम आपको एक ऐसी कंपनी के बारे में बताने वाले हैं जो एक निश इंडस्ट्री में काम करती है और काफ़ी छोटे साइज़ से अभी एक मीडियम साइज़ कंपनी बन चुकी है और बहुत जल्दी इस कंपनी का आईपीओ भी आने वाला है। कंपनी का नाम है कूल कैप्स इंडस्ट्रीज़ लिमिटेड। मेरे साथ आज ये कंपनी के प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स और फ्यूचर एक्सपेंशन प्लान्स डिस्कस करने के लिए कंपनी के टॉप मैनेजमेंट मेरे साथ है। मेरे साथ मिस्टर राजीव गोयनका है जो प्रमोटर, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर और चेयरमैन कंपनी के, और मिस्टर वंशय गोयनका भी है जो प्रमोटर और नॉन एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर है। सो राजीव जी, वेलकम टू द शो, एंड मिस्टर वंशय, आपको भी प्रोग्राम में स्वागत है। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम, राजीव जी, आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन कि बेसिकली प्लीज एक्सप्लेन हमको थोड़े से आपके बिजनेस के बारे में, आपके बिजनेस मॉडल के बारे में समझा दीजिए। कितने समय से आप ये बिजनेस कर रहे हो और इस बिजनेस का क्या ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल है एक्चुअली इस मीडियम टू लॉन्ग टर्म में, कैसा आउटलुक और प्रोस्पेक्ट आपको दिख रहा है?
Good afternoon, Avinash ji, and thank you for inviting me and giving this opportunity to interact with you. Basically, we started our journey in 1994 and specializing mainly in plastics and flexible packaging raw material. So almost we are in this industry for 28 years now. We started our first manufacturing of making LDPE film for the milk converting and beverage industry, basically shrink films. And today we have almost 4 machines blown film line. We have kept on adding capacities, and in future we intend to put a printing machine also for the shrink film, which will give us a complete end product to our customers. Now, in the year 2017, we started the first manufacturing company for cool caps in Howrah, West Bengal, with a capacity of around 6 crore caps per month. And then in 2019, we put up another unit for making 2-piece CHD caps with a capacity of 2 crore caps per month. Then the third SACME line came up in Kotdwar, Uttarakhand, with a capacity of 3.7 crore caps per month. This was started in August 2020. Now the fourth SACME line is coming up. That is also in Kotdwar. It is a single piece CHD cap, which has a approval from Coca-Cola worldwide. It has been developed with SACME along with Coca-Cola so that the weight of the CHD cap is reduced and both the end consumer and the product manufacturer gets benefited from that. Regarding our long-term prospects, we intend to diversify our caps portfolio. Right now, we are doing for water, CHD. Then we will be doing for fruit juice, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and later on for alcoholic beverages also. So basically, you can say that we want to develop and give a basket of products for the beverage industry. Like we are already doing shrink film, we are giving them caps, and now the unit 3 which is coming in Kotdwar, we will be making PET prefoam as well. So right now one of our key leading customers has given us their design for 5 and 10 liter PET prefoam. So that will be also commissioned within March, and we also will be making the handles for 2, 5 and 10 liter bottles and jars. So this is our prospects for right now, the expansion and the long-term prospects and outlook.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. I think one more question which I would like to ask you is, you have very properly described what are the long-term prospects for the company. Please tell me that in terms of to tap these new opportunities, what will be the kind of capital expenditure which you will have to incur? Obviously, the current plants are operating at more or less peak capacity. So आगे चल के आपके ग्रोथ प्लान्स, आपके कैपेसिटी एक्सपेंशन प्लान्स क्या रहेंगे, और इसके लिए जो आईपीओ आपने प्लान किया उसके बारे में आप कुछ बताएंगे?
See, regarding our future expansion, we will be expanding our injection molding capacities. We intend to install 3 to 4 machines every year because we have tied up with a very big cosmetic brand of India who has assured us giving good volumes. And regarding water and CSD, uh, we intend to add one SACME lines every 1.5 to 2 years time. Our aim is to be amongst the top three caps and closures manufacturing company in India, and also develop export potential. So we have already started exports, and we got a first order around couple of days back of around 16 lakh caps per month for the water industry. And regarding this capitalization, can you be more elaborate on your question?
Now we are wanting to know that in terms of your expansion plans, which possibly the IPO will be funding partly of it. So if you can give us some idea about the expansion plans, which plants, capacity will be added, whether any new greenfield facility is also being set up. So on these things, if you can give some idea so that we can understand, what is the kind of growth potential the company is targeting.
So basically, within March this year, we are expecting Unit 3 to commence production in the Kotdwar. The total capex is around 27 crores, out of which around 15 crores is the bank funding and 12 crores is out of promoters and internal accruals. The IPO proceeds will go entirely to fund the working capital needs of the company. Right now, we are procuring material on credit, the polymers, which we intend to buy on advance so that we can avail cash discount and better improve our margins there also.
Okay, but what is the overall size of the capex? If 27 crores is what you said,
Yeah.
15 crores is going to come from bank funding, 12 crores will come from promoters. Anything you have in mind, like what is the kind of IPO offering, at least in terms of the offering size, if not the IPO price, but at least कितना पैसा आप बाजार से उठाने वाले हो उसके ऊपर कुछ बता सकोगे?
We intend to dilute 25% of our equity and
Okay,
1.5% for the market maker. So
okay,
basically 27.5% we are diluting. We will be
okay.
issuing a fresh capital of around 30.6 lakh shares. Uh, so presently our paid up capital is around 8.5 crores. So it will go up to 11.6 crores.
Okay, so basically, Rajiv ji, 11.6 crores will be the final equity after all the IPO and all the dilution. 11.6 crore hopefully will be the final equity for the company, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rajiv ji, one more question which I wanted to ask you is that can you give us some idea about what is the present clientele of the company, and has the company developed any new products for any new customer? On this, if you can share your thoughts with us, please.
Yeah, at presently we are catering to Bisleri, Patanjali, Railneer, Kingfisher, Foster's, Aqua Diamond, Mukti, and a lot of other regional brands. And in future, we will be working with all the leading FMCG brands in the beverage industry and also develop exports for them.
Okay. Rajiv ji, one thing which I wanted to understand, from a business model point of view, that when you get a contract, is it for, just 1 year, or is it a 2 to 3 year contract, or typically, isme every year the, contract gets extended. So how does this business actually work with the vendors?
See, here we don't have any contract for a specified period of time. They evaluate our capacities. Like all the leading brands today, they buy material only from a SACME compression molding machine. So as it is the majority of the competition is out, and the pricing what we finalize is based on the raw material. So whatever there is a price fluctuation of rupees 6 per kg upward or downward, accordingly our selling price of cap is increased or reduced by 1 paisa per kg.
Okay. Can you please tell us on the PET recycling project, Vansh, because that is something which is very interesting. तो उसके बारे में कैन यू शेयर सम थॉट्स ऑन ऑन द पेट रिसाइकलिंग प्रोजेक्ट प्लीज?
Of course. So as a firm, we are always on the lookout for the next project or what are the next steps for the company. And sustainability is a big theme, that has been spoken about in India. And how can we actually recycle plastic and how can we build a circular economy? So based on these conversations that were happening across the country and across the globe, and especially when we spoke with most of our stakeholders in this space in the beverage industry, we realized that plastic recycling is the next big bet that we need to make. So based on that, we did some study, and so Northeast being one of the close regions, we looked at the total plastic waste that was being generated. And since 2004 to 2018, what we saw is that about from 50 tons per day, it went up to 300 tons per day. And at the moment, it's in the range of 400 to 450 tons of plastic waste that is generated every single day. And during this time, specifically in plastic waste, PET bottle waste has grown almost 7 times. So this led us to interacting with a lot of machine vendors. And when we finalized a vendor for the project. So here, essentially, the project is that after the consumer consumes the PET bottle and they throw it on the roads, these PET bottles are contaminated and they make their way to rag pickers, aggregators, and then to the recyclers. Now we are betting on this project where we, using our machinery, we will completely sort this plastic, remove all the labels, all the contaminations using various European sorters, and then further crush them and make them into flakes. Now these flakes have various applications. Historically in India, these flakes have always been used in the fiber sector, but we've identified that right now, also with government notifications coming in, these post-consumer recycled bottles can actually be used in the food grade applications also again. So the idea here is to completely sort, remove all the contamination, make these PET bottles into small flakes where the total ppm levels are extremely low. By ppm levels, I mean the entire contamination levels are extremely low, and we can use these flakes to further make rPET chips, which are recycled PET chips, and from rPET chips make preforms and then further bottles. So the first phase of this entire project, right from bottles to flakes, that's what we are focusing on phase 1. Given that we are already associated with the packaging film and beverage market, we are focused on making flakes of extremely high quality with almost negligible contamination so that they can be used in making polyester film as well as PET bottles. We've identified a location, Assam, specifically because, while speaking with the government there, we understood that the state is a very forthcoming state in terms of industrial policies. We are getting significant concessions there in terms of 30% on the total capital investment of the project, 100% of the net SGST for the 15 years, up to 150% of the total project cost. That comes as a significant component. We also have 2% of working capital that is available, power subsidies up to 50 lakh rupees per year. So with multiple such concessions, we have identified Assam as a potential destination for setting this project up.
Thank you, Vansh. Just one more thing we wanted to understand is what is the total cost of this project, and basically, how is this going to be funded, like this PET recycling project which you are mentioning in Assam?
So of course, in phase 1, the capex comes to about 35 crores. A part of it would be provided by promoters' contribution. The remaining part would be via debt funding via banks.
Okay, so basically, basically it will be debt and promoter funding, which will be,
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and it will be part of Cool Cab Industries, right? It will be a
So
part
it will
of
be part of a company. It will be part of a company which is a 100% subsidiary of Cool Cab Industries.
Okay, fine. So basically, it will get consolidated in Cool Cab Industries results.
Absolutely.
Finally, for the shareholders, so that will be consolidated. Okay. Rajeev ji, one more thing which I wanted to understand, in this business of, caps, basically with large customers, which you mentioned, what is the typical working capital cycle? Like you said, you're going to raise money for working capital. So working capital cycle abhi currently kitni hai? What is the kind of company's plans to actually further, optimally, reduce it? So if you can share your thoughts on this.
At present, when we started this project, the working capital was to the tune of 90 days. But during pandemic, it had gone up to around 4.5 to 5 months. So going forward, when we will use the IPO proceeds, we target to bring it down again to 3 months.
ओके, सो बेसिकली 3 महीने का एवरेज हम लोग पकड़ सकते हैं कि 3 महीने का एवरेज वर्किंग कैपिटल है, बेसिकली द टाइम यू टेक टू recover the money from the customers. And one more thing I wanted to know is, abhi currently if I take all the long term and the short term debt of the company, what is the current debt balance as of let's say September? Because if you may not share the full year numbers, but at least present debt books pe kitni hogi?
Presently, our debt is, as on date, is around 20 crores long term for unit 1 and 2. And with unit 3, which will be commissioned next month, the debt will increase by around 15 crores.
Okay.
And for the PET recycling, it will be around another 25 crores.
Okay,
So
understood.
in 3 years, we expect our total debt to be around 60 crores. And
Okay.
there will be repayments in this. And basically the capital subsidy which is already accrued of 2.5 crores for unit 2, and for unit 3 it will be 5 crores, and further 5 crores will come from the recycling. So total we expect that the out of the debt 60 crores, around 10 crores will be paid additionally from subsidy and also from the regular payments to the bank. So it will come down by in 3 years time to around 40 crores.
Okay. Rajeev, I think now we have understood your business. Just wanted to understand one more small, thing that, what is so special about your business? Like, you all have been in the business for 28 years. Now, in this business, obviously quality is important, customer relationship is important. So in that positioning, how is Cool Caps, positioned vis-a-vis other competitors in the industry? So, as a promoter, what do you think are your positives, which are strong enough to make you grow even more faster? So if you can share some thoughts, which are a little qualitative in nature, but typically, from your sense, you feel that Cool Caps has got a very strong competitive advantage.
See, basically, none of our competitors are in the organized space, and they offer very limited types of caps and closures. We
Okay.
intend to offer a complete basket of products for the beverage industry, not only caps. Like I mentioned to you, shrink films is another product, the handles, and also the labels. The one which you see around, they are known as wraparound labels. So basically, giving a one-stop solution to the end customer, and we are now jointly working with the brand owners how their packaging cost can be reduced. So, like I mentioned, we are normally making 1.5 gram caps for the water industry. So, we were able to reduce the weight of the caps to 1.35 grams, which has been successfully trial and regular commercial production has taken place. So, our brand owners they have saved around 2 paisa per cap on the costing of their one single bottle.
Okay. So understood. I think so. Basically, as you rightly mentioned, that a lot of R&D goes at your end to ensure that the customer gets a very strong long-term solution. Rajeev ji, one final question: that what is the kind of message you would like to give investors considering the kind of growth prospects for your company? I mean, in what sense makes you feel that your business will definitely be a kind of an attractive opportunity? So if you can share your thoughts, what is your expectation that how will you reward shareholders who hopefully would become stakeholders in your company going forward?
See, basically, we will be expanding every year, not only our existing product portfolio, but also doing backward and forward integration and developing exports. We are in the sunrise industry. Right now, the penetration of packed drinking water is only in the urban areas. It has not yet penetrated the rural segment. Once it enters there, there will be a very big exponential growth. And with the gradual change in the consumer pattern, everybody now prefers to have a safe and packed food or beverages, whatever it is. So we are in this space, and there are few more things which are associated with the PET bottle recycling project. that we will qualify for the EPR certificates. So the additional revenue is going to come there, and also the central government will be giving 100% refund of the net income tax paid on this project. That is for a Northeast policy up to 5 years. So overall, the company's future and the expansions are quite great. So whoever comes on board to us will also stand to gain from it.
Anyway, I think very nicely explained, Rajeev ji. In fact, would like to thank you for sparing your valuable time. Vansh, thank you also for your valuable inputs. Friends, with
Thank
this,
you.
we'll conclude the session here. I think hope all of you liked it, and once again, Rajeev ji, all the best for your company in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Avinash ji.